Hello, everybody,
Hey,
and welcome to the Unapologetically Us podcast. I'm Ebony,
and I'm Shakora.
and this is a podcast where we talk about life, mental health, fitness, finances, and everything in between. We are back again for another episode. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good.
I'm good. So, let's get into child listen.
Child, listen.
How was your week?
Oh, it was fine. I oh I had a little struggle. Not really struggle personally, but just kind of some stuff that I came in contact with. And so I want to talk to y'all in this segment of Child Listen today on just being able to make the right decisions. Even though people may not be looking, you may not have a boss over your head, a supervisor.
You business today, huh?
Yes, like I just feel like we can't get where we should be because people don't do the right thing always. And when you don't do the right thing, then that plays a part in your character, right? And so for me, I only can speak for me. I make sure
Speak on you.
Speak for me. But I make sure that I'm always doing the right thing, whether in my professional life, whether in my personal life, even with my daughter, whatever the case may be. I'm always making sure that I'm at least trying to do the right thing, even when somebody's not looking. I'm a business owner, and with insurances and clients and everything, it's our duty to make sure that we're gonna do right by that person. And nobody's watching us. Nobody's over our head making sure that we're submitting billing and submitting things the right way. Now they will deny it, but just as far as like just ethically and just personally, period. And so I've been in so many different situations where people just don't do the right thing.
They don't.
They don't do the right thing, and I think it's so sad. But I encourage the people around me, my family, my friends, my daughter, my husband, to always do the right thing, no matter what, no matter who looking, whether that's mama looking, whether that's daddy looking, whether that's pastor looking, whoever, to just do the right thing. I just that was just on my heart, so
get it off your chest.
I'm gonna sip my wine.
Let me sip some of my wine on that one.
Just do the right thing, people. Just do. What about you? How was your week?
Who child listen? No, my week actually was not bad.
Good.
I did some self reflecting, or have been doing a lot of self reflecting lately.
Good.
And I realized that I am in a season or period or whatever of time in life where it's like not really now or never, but the feeling of go for what you want.
Nope.
For everything, career wise,
yes,
personal, health wise, fitness wise, go for what you want. And in going for what you want, going for what I want, making sure that I remain dedicated and consistent, and seeking help when needed, seeking advice, and going scared.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Going scared. Yeah, because there are a lot of things that I am embarking on within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Scared as all outdoors.
But you gonna do it.
But I'm gonna do it, and cause I mean, I got to. It's different this go around too, cause there are other people that's kind of tapping into it with me. Yeah. And we are holding each other accountable.
And that's good. That's
for
good.
that. So, child, I'm scared. But listen, I'm gonna do it.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Got to.
I mean, because like we said, like I always say, oh, I've been saying lately. I don't want to look back 5 years from now and regret not going forward when I had the time and the space and opportunity to do
Absolutely.
so. And sometimes life will kind of put you, or me, I realize that when my back against the wall, that's when I really gotta do it the most. Cause it's like either you gonna sit or you gonna get up and go do. And for me, right now, get up and go do it. Everything in my life currently that I am actively putting time and effort into, I want.
Good. And
so,
you're supposed to. Child, listen.
Child.
That's right.
But let's get into it. Today's topic
is
we talking about relationships.
But
not that whole little. I'm so glad we hitting a different angle. I'm so tired of hearing about 50-50 and just oh my God. If y'all want that, listen, child. If y'all want that, that's not gonna be here. I'm so sick of hearing about that.
We definitely not going there.
If we gonna touch on do what works for you at the end of the day.
Do what works for you within your relationship. That's important. The best relationships are the ones that are set up based on what works for them two people or not even two people, but those people in the relationship.
You're right. If multiple is your thing, peace be with you, my friend.
Yes,
but we are not touching it. We are touching on something totally different today.
Definitely. So, you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
Get into it. So, we're going to be talking about relationships and the certain things that we may have experienced within those relationships and how they affect us moving forward. How do they affect our current relationship? When is it okay to move on into a new relationship when I have experienced something traumatic or hard times or toxic situations? When is it okay to move on, and how is that affecting me moving on? How is that affecting the relationship? What does that look like? Right?
Yeah. And when I think about that, I think about PTSD.
Right. Yes. And, PTSD being mostly affiliated with definitely with trauma. And so trauma is anything that has happened to you or that any thoughts, feelings, or emotions that you may consider traumatic. That you may have felt like this was hurtful, and that looks different for everybody.
Yep.
What was traumatic for me in my childhood may not have been traumatic for you. What may have been traumatic in this relationship for me may not be or have been traumatic for you in yours. And so it's just being able to identify those things, those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions that you may feel that was traumatic. And figuring out how to process them, how to move forward in experiencing that and still being successful. Right?
Because when I think about PTSD in a relationship, I think about, okay, we was in a previous situation or situations where, of course, cheated on or feeling like you got played. When you go into something else, of course, I recommend that people take their time to, feel your feels, process your feels. Like when something like that happens and you cut it off and you end it, take your time to process how you feel. Definitely. Go through those feelings of emotions, and then take some time to allow yourself to actually heal from that and be by yourself a little bit, before you hop into something else. But sometimes it could be in a situation of where you take the time and you get into something else, and then that person may do something. It may be something as simple as not calling one night. You may let it slide one night, but by that, but if it happens 3 times, you don't even have to be consistently. You could be up 3 times over the night you didn't talk to me. Your mind go back to
what you've been through.
So and so did that. This is what they was doing, and so now you won't go or you let you wall back up because you like, what I'm not about to do is feel that again.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we see that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we probably been through certain situations. Y'all listening probably been through certain situations that, you know, X, Y, and Z person did this to me, and knowing what that feel like if I'm in a new relationship and I kind of feel that same feeling, then it brings me back. It more so like triggers me to put my defenses up, for that wall to go back up, for, you know, those things that I may have thought that I healed from come right up like it's happening all over again. And so oftentimes, you know, you think that you healed from it, you think that you can handle X, Y, and Z, or you can handle being into another relationship or getting into another relationship, and those certain things cause you to feel like you're back in that traumatic event or in that toxic relationship or whatever the case. And so it's difficult to heal from trauma, to heal from traumatic situations, but it can be a thing. Like, it can happen, and you just have to make sure that you're doing the work, putting into the work, and being honest when you're doing it. Because oftentimes we feel like, because I'm out of it, I can kind of cover up and shield. That didn't hurt me that bad. That wasn't that bad. This name wasn't too bad. And so then not only do we hide from, or we try not to accept certain things, but on the other end of that, sometimes we're okay with the repeat of that happening, you know. So like, I may have got out of this situation that was hard for me, that was difficult for me. I may have been name called, I may have been abused, I may have been whatever could come to mind, and now in this new relationship, thinking or trying to cover up that wasn't that bad, and I'm accepting it again. You know, I've got out of that, but yet I'm still accepting it again over here. And so that is where you're not healed. You haven't moved forward into getting where you need to be to have to even be in a healthy relationship at all, you know.
But sometimes when, like you said, okay, so and so did, after a while, if it's a repeated pattern, you start to think that, well, that's just what it's supposed to be. If, like, to keep it light, we say cheating, even though cheating ain't light, but not to get into abuse and I'm not trigger nobody. But if you looking at, okay, well, back in the day, granddaddy cheated. You looking at your dad, and you looking at your uncles, cousins, or whatever. All of them got wives and girlfriends that they cheating on, and then you go to dating, and then you start dating, talking to guys and dating guys, and then all them cheating, and then after a while, you're just gonna be like, a man gonna cheat.
And you're gonna accept it. It's gonna become your normal.
And you're gonna walk into it expecting it anyway. It's like how I said with the phone call. Oh, he didn't call. He got that cheating. Oh, this nigga, he normally talking to, he normally call me every break. Well, now he didn't call me today on his break. So who the heck he been talking to? Or whatever. Dude could just got busy at work, but you like, oh, you on the phone with your new little person.
Cause now I'm triggered. And but then what I'm also doing is, because he was busy at work, but I was triggered from a past situation. Now I done brought that past situation into his, and now I got to hold. Now he has to be held responsible
for something he
did. He has to take on the responsibility of something someone else did. And now this relationship feels just like that one.
And it's all in your
head.
Because in your mind, and it may not, it will trigger, but in your mind, you're like, that feeling, I don't want it anymore. So seeing this, and it could be innocent. And sometimes your first, because we humans, even if you take your time to heal, you're human. Your mind's gonna go to.
Of course.
Oh, I know this before.
I saw this.
And you may have to take a minute to go back. kind of go be to yourself and say, okay, you know what?
This
What
ain't
you're
what
doing
it
is you're making this person responsible for somebody else's
Absolutely.
stuff. And they could very well be innocent. And again, to each his own.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in taking time to enjoy you, get to know you, whatever. Heal, like process the previous thing. But even when you're getting into meeting somebody, I believe in taking your time.
Yes.
Because when you're with somebody new, they handle things differently.
Yes.
If they gonna cheat, it may not look like that.
Mm-hmm.
It may look completely different from that.
Yeah.
Or some people, you may take, oh, you're not talking to me, as you're doing something when it's like, I just need some me time.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's especially if y'all been, single for a minute.
Yeah.
You're used to that me time.
You're right.
You're used to that thing of, okay, well, I just want to come home and just decompress and watch ratchet TV shows.
Right.
Or, everything we gotta be ratchet.
Always.
But I would come and watch reality TV or sports or Netflix or whatever, and I'm gonna call you, but I just want to sit in a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Let me just calm down a little bit. Or some people ain't phone people, some people ain't text people, some people ain't FaceTime people.
Right. And I mean, and then that comes with being able to communicate properly or effectively with the person that you're entering into a new relationship with. Because I've processed the stuff that I've been through. I've done the work on myself. I know who I am now. I'm doing better. I'm going into, but this kind of look like what I've been through. And so then I get scared, and so I'm human. So those thoughts do come back up. So then what do? I communicate with the person that I'm dating, that I'm with now. And so they know that, hey, I may experience, or we're going to be able to communicate well enough to know that if I need some time, or I didn't call you at 4:00 like I typically do, oh, he must have got busy at work, or oh, she must have decided she was going to sip some wine. She'll call me because now I trust more in this relationship than I did before, or the trust that I have for this person look very different from the trust that I have for that person. And so relationships are hard. I'm sitting here just thinking, and I'm like, relationships, it's so many different components to relationships.
Relationships are hard, and being single is easy because you have nothing to work. Like you don't have that thought of, hey, I wonder what this person doing or whatever.
Right.
Because if you single, you free to move about how you want to, and so is everybody else. Whatever.
Yeah.
Cause single has its moments, but as far as like the PTSD aspect of stuff, or worrying about what somebody doing, or having to deal with traumatic stuff in relationships, you good because you're single.
But then not really though. I mean, to a certain extent, but then it kind of, in that way, if you look at it like that, you don't have to deal with, if he didn't call me, or she didn't text me, or is she with somebody else, is he with someone else? You don't have to deal with that type of stuff. But I just can't be going out willy-nilly, not dealing with the stuff from the last relationship or the last situationship or whatever.
Of course, deal with that.
And then not avoiding, I see where a lot of people would just avoid the relationship altogether. Avoid being, I'll just be single for the rest of my life, and then they feel like that for real. Like, this situation that I've been through was so hard being in, was so hard to get out of, the everything about it. I hear some people say, I was sick to my stomach, and so they just decide to not do it. Yeah. But then still seeks the love, or still wants the affection, or the, just those different things from a relationship, and then is sad about it, depressed about it, down about it, and even negative to other people in their relationships,
Cause that most of the time it's a hurt.
It
And
is.
when you done got hurt for that last time, you like, you know what,
I'm good.
not
Yeah.
I'm not. It's kind of like in a relationship, basically. When you in a relationship and y'all been going through the ups and downs and it's to the point where it's more downs and ups, it's more bad days than good days,
Yeah.
and you like, you know what, the whatever few years, days, months, whatever I got left, I ain't gonna live it like this.
That real.
You done hurt me enough, and I'm done, and I'm good.
Absolutely.
And I think that some people do get to that point, and I think that some people really be like, I'm good. Like, I would live my life how I want to. I did it. I was with this person for X amount of years. I just want to just go be free.
Yeah, true.
Like, I've seen where married women was like, so I'm having to my husband. We've been together 20 years. What happened to him? I ain't getting married again. Whole is life.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a different end of it. You know, cause yeah, me too. You know, oh, we've been married X amount of years. If something happened, I'm good with being single because they have no desires to be with anyone else, and that's okay too. You know, that's okay too. Not necessarily saying that I've been with this man for 26 years and it was all bad, so I don't want to be with nobody else. But you know, but hey, it could be. It could be he put me through X, Y, and Z, and I stayed and I dealt with it. Now he gone or whatever.
We over.
And we over, and I'm good. Child, listen, I'm done. Like, it was fun, but I'm straight, you know.
Cause how is life?
What? I don't know about that one.
For some people, how is life?
Well, you know, I don't know anything about that.
I mean, I don't either.
Oh.
But for some people,
it may be.
How is life?
But society makes everybody feel like the relationship is what is needed. Marriage is what is needed. And that's even, you know, traumatic to some people in a sense. You know, being, you know, you have some women that's on this time clock, I would say, you know, oh my God, I'm 30 and not married, or I'm
that's another episode.
35 and not married.
Timetables are a myth. That ain't real.
It's not real at all.
That ain't real.
It's not. Because different experiences for different people, different situations for different people.
Mm-hmm.
Again, what was traumatic for you is not going to be traumatic for me.
Not at all.
And so being able to identify those things are important because it helps you to be able to move forward in a healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was things that I always had to reflect on, and I can remember always saying, you know, I'm never gonna hold this person responsible for something that this person did, and I always made myself aware of or tried not to let those things happen, but then sometimes still found myself indirectly being affected in this current relationship by something that happened in the last one, and I'm like, oh wait, what's going on? Or trying not to be affected by something that happened in the last relationship in the new one, and then something happens and they feel the same, and it's not the same person, it's two different relationships. I'm trying to heal from this. I'm trying not to hold you accountable for what this other person did, but now you did something that felt the same. What do I do then? How do I handle that? I'm back here again. We're different, but this feel the same for me. Not that I did anything, but because I'm trying to walk into doing different things in a new relationship, but now the behaviors of this person feels the same. And how do I handle that differently? I handle that differently by just what I said, handling it differently.
Yeah, it may be, we say communication, but it's, communicate. Yeah. But maybe your approach to communication is different. It may be learning that person and how to approach them, because some people get defensive real quick.
Yes.
Or they're in the thick of it. I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
Let me have a minute.
Absolutely.
And then we come back and talk about it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Or hey, that was whack.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm
Call them
gonna
out.
go to bed.
Yes.
But tomorrow we're gonna talk about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think regardless, you will still feel a way about something if it seems familiar.
Yeah.
I think what eases the situation and makes it better or makes it a little different is when there's a healthy way of getting to the bottom of it. There's a healthy way of resolving that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it has to be on both ends too, because you can feel triggered by something, but you can also do something to trigger somebody else.
Absolutely.
And so, okay, well, hey, when you do that, I
feel like this. Yeah.
And I feel like this.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And you ain't gonna get it right then and there. You gonna do it again. But oh crap, I'm sorry.
Right.
I did it. Yes. And then after a while,
it becomes a pattern.
You stop doing it.
Normal. Yes.
Well, same with, but it should be the other way too. Hey, when you do that, I don't like that. Okay, well, how can I make this better?
Right. And what can we do? And when that type of communication is reciprocated, if I can tell you when I feel away and you can tell me when you feel away, then that is so ideal. Like, and it takes two people just being the bigger person. Like, oh, I'm the bigger person in a relationship. No, we both need to be the bigger person in a relationship, because sometimes I'm gonna need you to be strong when I'm weak. When I'm having a moment and I'm like, I know he said he don't like me to do this, but I just did it. He has to be able to understand, okay, I know that you know that this happened and you did this. We talk about it and we're gonna work on making sure.
And it's not intentional.
It's definitely not intentional.
If I'm doing something, I always say I can't correct what I don't know.
Absolutely.
So if I'm doing something that is causing you to feel a certain way, I can't correct it if you don't tell me.
Right.
Now, but if you tell me, give me the grace to get it right.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's a pattern for me.
Yes.
That's like getting off of work. My car know one way. I always say, you need to remind me.
Yeah.
Because when I get off,
my muscle memory
and I got other stuff going on, or in my head I'm thinking of 50 million other things, I'm going to get in my car and they say, I'm headed home.
Yeah.
And it should have been headed the other way.
Yeah.
And at this point, forget it. I'm not turning around. I'm not turning. So the same thing with that. Like, I've been doing this for so long that, and then too, I didn't realize that it could be triggering for anybody.
Or it was toxic.
So, let me correct this. But like I said, giving that person the grace to be like, okay, you got it. Hey, you did it again.
Yes.
But I'm not going to I'm not going to do that.
Absolutely.
Because I know now
after a while, we've talked about it. We discussed it.
Yeah, at this point,
I should start seeing. Absolutely, I should start seeing a change. And if I don't, you don't care to change.
Yes.
You don't care to change, and that will show.
Cause I love the analogy. You know my other analogy?
What's that?
I done said it to you plenty of times about the stove. If you go and I tell you, hey, the stove is hot, and you go over and you touch it and you burn your hand.
It's on you.
Nope. All right. Yeah, it's on you, but all right, we're gonna put the butter or water.
The butter.
Now y'all know y'all grandmamas done put butter on burn. Okay. 2022 ointment.
Thank you.
Whatever you gonna put, I'm gonna help you heal that burn. You go and you do it again. You touch it again. Now you done burned your hand again. All right.
Again?
You done burned your hand.
I'm gonna heal you again?
We gonna help you.
Okay.
Grace.
Okay.
But after a while, about 3, 4, 5, feel for sure. At this point, you want your hair. You want your hair.
You like the burn.
You're intentionally going and burning your hair.
You like the smell of the ointment.
Or how it feel or something.
Or something. My goodness.
So at this point, I'm not gonna show you that grace of being like, okay, nah, you keep doing it.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Now I have realized that this is entering into a toxic situation, and I gotta get out.
Yeah. Because at this point, apparently you like being burned.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm not finna keep putting myself in a position to heal you or tell you, hey,
right. It's
when you burn yourself,
yeah, absolutely. That's true. That is true. Wow. She healing you at least 5 times.
Grace.
Yeah, it's, you know what?
Sometimes
I learned
you
something
have to
about grace.
extend a little grace.
I learned about grace, like you definitely have to be able to extend grace and also be graceful in yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and so that's definitely the season that I'm in, is just practicing being graceful, giving grace, and just doing what needs to be done on that.
Now, however many times you let somebody do something, that's on you.
On you, yeah, definitely.
Because you know your limit.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just saying that sometimes people need a little time.
Yeah.
But two, not to say, oh, she just selling, giving people 50 million chances. Yeah. No, you can tell somebody really trying.
Right, absolutely.
Now, if you burn your hand twice and the third time it accidentally happened, that's different. Yeah. Or you did it, okay, or whatever, and then
I said, oh, I forgot.
You're right.
Okay.
That's different.
Yeah.
Now you just going through
all with
heck no.
Ain't gonna be able to do it.
Heck no. At that point, PTSD out the window.
Out the window. It's not at this point. You swimming in mistakes and toxic
and gonna drown and you gonna drown by yourself. You ain't gonna drown with me
because I'm walking in healing. So I gotta get up out that pool and
woman evolve.
Growth, baby, growth.
Oh.
Growth.
All right. Okay.
Yes, honey. Yes.
All right. Well, we touched on that a little bit. We're gonna get to the Q&A portion. So I have a question, which we kind of touched on it in the main topic portion. But I mean, you can give your counselor spin or elaborate for the people in the back. Give them a little more clarity in this particular question. But if you find yourself dealing with PTSD in your current relationship, does that mean you are completely healed?
So, I would say, because you said completely, I would say no. Mm-hmm. And so you will have to, I guess, explore within yourself to see what it is that is actually triggering you or affecting you in this current relationship. And if it's not a situation where you can communicate with your spouse what's going on, then it will look and feel the same as that past relationship. But no, I'll have to say no. And you guys, if you guys feel differently, send us a comment in the email. What do you guys feel, or how do y'all feel about experiencing something in a current relationship that may have happened in the previous relationship, and if you'll be able to deal with it differently, or does it feel different? Right?
I think when you're talking about the healed portion, I think it depends on how you react to it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel something regardless.
Yes.
But how you choose to handle that when you feel it.
Absolutely.
Like we said about the man calling you on his break, and that now 2 days went by and you talk to him on his break. If you like, okay, hold up, let me step back. Yeah. This is not this person.
Right.
Hey, what's been going on?
Or how about I make the call?
How or that too.
Yeah.
How's work or whatever, and then they'll probably tell you what's been going on, whatever. But if you automatically go to, so what you doing? Cause then I feel like, okay, nah, you still caring about something.
Right, absolutely. And so in that case, because I'm able to handle the situation differently, then I'm either healing or I have healed because it doesn't look the same for me anymore. And so then that takes some self-reflection too, because if I was the problem in the current relationship, or I'm the problem now, if I instantly go to, so what you, why you not, then I probably was doing that then, and I reverted back because I was triggered. I reverted back into, so no, I'm definitely not healed, and so I need some more self-reflection, because was I acting like that before, or did this just come up because I had to act like that, and now I'm bringing, because sometimes we blame things on what someone else did in a relationship. Oh, he cheated, he was mean, he called me out my name, he did, but what did I do? And we often too bring those things into our current relationship, thinking, oh, I didn't do nothing, and those things that I did, or those ways that I reacted, felt normal. And because he was already toxic, or she was already toxic, the way that I was toxic didn't seem as bad. So now that I'm in a healthier situation, or at least trying to be, my toxic now is coming up. The things that the way that I handled things before, now is at the forefront of this relationship, and I'm the toxic person in the relationship. I'm bringing on the trauma and the unhealthy relationship experiences to somebody else's life. So we have to self-reflect and hold ourselves accountable, and make sure that we're not being or bringing toxic ness to people, toxic energy to people, and so no, if you're holding different grudges, or if you're reacting or reverting back, or being triggered by something in the current relationship that happened in the last one, no, you are not completely healed. No, absolutely not. Not.
I feel like that was a good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Survey says.
Survey says it's time for wind down, and my wine is
dang, can I tell people to send us some questions?
Sorry, but if I take one more sip, my wine will be gone. Okay.
If you have any questions that you would like to have us answer, you can always shoot us an email. The email will be down below. Or if you have any topic ideas that you feel like you want us to touch on, you can email us for that as well.
Yes.
Now, the alcoholic over here is ready for the wind down.
Oh, I'm the alcoholic. Okay.
Today.
Wind down, honey. Wind down. Wind down. I thought you forgot that.
Did not.
All right.
Okay, but you almost done with your glass. I hope y'all had y'all wine with us,
Yes, because
we had some good wine.
Yeah, we did.
Some really good wine today.
We did.
Don't be drinking wine when you mad at that man.
Please.
Or
well,
whoever.
Actually, okay, yeah, no, don't.
No.
I mean, sometimes wine.
We just talked about PTSD and trauma and toxic.
Wine could be calming, soothing, with a bath.
That's true.
Self-care.
I always say, if you into females, and they at brunch and they ain't texting you, you ain't it. Move on with your life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cause what do women do when they be not drinking with their homegirls? After a while,
text they boo.
Exactly. So if she ain't hitting you up, you ain't the one. Move on with your life. But PTSD
is real.
It's real.
It is real.
It's real. Ain't no running from it. It's real.
Absolutely.
If you gon' date, you aspire to be married, you want love and all that they come with it, you gonna deal with some periods of some PTSD.
Yes, you will.
And that's okay.
It is okay.
It's okay. Long as you are aware of.
Yes.
And you can recognize it.
Yeah.
I think that that's good. You can recognize it more when you take a little time to self-reflect.
Right. Absolutely.
I think a lot of people don't like to self-reflect.
It's hard to self-reflect. It's hard because I have to look at every part of me. That's my character defects. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Mm-hmm. And that's hard. It's hard to do that.
And self-reflection, because I was thinking about that when you was answering the question of recognizing that maybe in the past time you was the problem.
Right.
You know, some people always go by, well, I know I wasn't perfect.
Right.
But did you go back and sit down and think about in what ways was you not perfect?
Right.
Because that's, to me, I feel like that's like the getaway free card. I mean, I wasn't perfect. I mean, nobody perfect. Well, of course not.
Right. Yeah.
But, you know, what about you? What was those things that wasn't perfect?
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you have to sit back and look, we can always talk about the good.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to our personality.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to that bad part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And where you suck as a person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's hard to admit.
Yeah.
Cause now you think, dang, I'm trash like the next person.
Yep.
Yes, you are.
That's tough.
But that's okay too, because now that you know,
You could do
I'm
better.
trash.
You could do better.
And now I can do better.
Right. Absolutely.
I can work on doing better and being better.
Yeah. True.
All minds clear.
All minds clear.
My uncle always said that when he was in church. All minds clear. Thank you guys for joining us for today's episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Rate us on Apple Podcasts
You
and
always forget to say
Spotify.
and share.
And share
Thank you.
us. You happy now?
Yes. Very.
Until the next time. Bye, guys.
See y'all.